Hello everyone and welcome. So, as you can see, I have managed to have internet working on my Raspberry Pi. That means I can now SSH to it using my computer and my cell phone. And that's what I'm going to show you next. Okay then, now we are in my computer and we will be using an application called Putty to SSH into our Raspberry Pi. So let's open the application and let's go to SSH and write our IP address, which happens to be 192.168.1.106. And let's open it. And now let's log in as Pi and let's go with the password. And there we go. Now we have SSH into our Raspberry Pi. This is the console, and in here you can control your Pi from over here instead of having to have a keyboard connected to your Raspberry Pi. So if we ls, we can see all the folders in the Raspberry Pi. We can go into the desktop, we can see that I don't have anything on the desktop. We can create a folder in the desktop called, I don't know, let's call it scripts. And if we ls now, we have a folder called scripts. So now we can control our Raspberry Pi from this computer right here where I'm recording, and I will now try and record my phone because there's a very nice application where we can SSH from our phone. So let's get into that. And that application name is Juice SSH. You can search for it on the Android Play Store. Well, right now I'm setting up the new connection to my Raspberry Pi. I'm writing the nickname, which happens to be MiniKali, and now I'm typing the IP address. I'm saving this connection and I have to select one identity, and that's kind of like the user. You have to type the username you usually use to connect to your Raspberry Pi, which happens to be Pi, and the password, which I leave at default, and that is Raspberry. Once that's done, just click on the connect, and it's connecting. It's verifying that the connection is good, and here it is. I am currently connected to my Raspberry Pi using my cell phone, and I can do pretty much the same thing I did in my computer. I can control my Raspberry Pi, I can create folders, I can execute programs, I can write code if I need to. There is a huge variety of things that I can do using my phone if I'm not with my computer around. And that's the key for what we are going to do with this project. We are going to make the Raspberry Pi portable, and then we are going to use our cell phone kind of like a keyboard to control everything. And this is the best way, and right now I'm showing an example of me writing some Python code, just some simple things, nothing. This is very easy and very fast to set up. So my goals for the next week are to have the battery attached to the case, and I will modify the Raspberry Pi to fit within the case, because as it stands right now the Raspberry Pi doesn't fit. There is the composite video, it sticks out a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please subscribe, and I will see you next week.